Everybody, I am here with music artist slash model Selestina. To get this started, I'm just going to open up the floor. Just tell us a little bit of your background, what got you into music, and then just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your story that you think people would want to hear.
Okay. Um, Way back. What got me into music was definitely my mom. She was a poetic writer, and my grandpa was in the band, and they kind of merged the flow of music in my life, along with the rest of my family. Like my grandma, she sings, my auntie sing. Everybody, my cousins, they all have a heart for music. Like either way, there's rappers, there's guitarists, there's piano.
So you were basically born
Yeah,
born
just
into
born
it.
into music around me. And what got me into actually learning that hey, I could do this was a fun a fun coincidence. It was me just writing poetic stories about myself, about my life and just doing poetry by itself. And then I started going to the darker side of life, going through routes as growing. And my mom was like, hey, what if you add music, add a beat to those poetries or try. And I did that, and that's how I kind of found myself rapping and singing.
Yeah, that's similar to how I got into music was poems and then putting them to a beat. I've always felt like those are the best type of artists because those are the writers. You know what I mean? It's not about the performance part of it. It's more about the words and what they're saying. So I would consider you a lyricist. So like, what is your passion? Like the things you write about, the songs that you shared with me, where does that inspiration come from? Like what led you to make those types of songs?
Like, what do you mean? I mean more
So
about
like what was the inspiration behind the songs? Like what made you feel that way to write that type of song?
what I went through. Like,
Do you want to like kind of elaborate a little more? Just tell the people, because you've told me, just tell them a little bit about your story, like what you've been through, both good and bad, that kind of lead you to create the music that you do and the type of style, because your style is not like, for instance, when people probably see you, I'm assuming they're gonna think like, oh, she probably writes like pretty girl raps. You know what I mean?
yeah.
To my surprise, when I first heard your music, it was very emotional, very heartfelt, very real. So that's kind of what I'm getting at is what were the things that you've been through in life that kind of created that type of artist?
Oh, wow. I definitely say growing up was a challenge as a toddler. I went through some abuse at that age and grew up just kind of wondering, putting bits and pieces together of what happened until I got older. I was kind of found out, it's kind of thrown at me. And I was angry and turned to the streets and started just making a wreck of myself. Didn't really care about myself, didn't care about anyone else, didn't just absolutely had no feeling towards anybody, not even a soul. And I got caught up in the wrong groups of people, and that turned to, when you get caught up to wrong people, they're all negative. They do bad things to you. Some homegirls have set me up a lot of times when I've gotten shot at. Like homegirls I thought were my sisters have.
So in a way, would you say it kind of hardened you? It made you kind of learn that the wickedness of people, and not everybody, even if they say they're your friends, really have your best interests or intentions. And that makes sense because, like I said, that's what I was trying to get to is musically there's a lot of pain. You have a deep past, a lot of history. So yeah, I feel like that's something that a lot of people will connect with. Um, and it just takes it to a deeper level. You know what I mean? Especially being a female artist uh, in 2025, that's very rare that you get a female artist that one is willing to get personal and like let you in on their lives a little bit, but then also are really good at it. You know what I mean? So kudos to you. Um, let's talk more about the music. So like where where can people find your music? And like who would you say, if you sound like anyone or that people have said that they you kind of remind them of, just so the viewers could kind of get a sense of like what you sound like, or what kind of music, like what beats are you into? Is it more pop music, more like street, more trap, more club, a little bit of everything? So yeah, just kind of talk more about like what you're into musically.
Okay. People can find me on any platforms. I do go by a different name now, so it'll be a little harder now. We're hoping to get everything back into place with Selestina Rosales, but you guys could still find my other music, my older music, on Dede Rosales, all platforms. And it's just DEDE Rosales, ROSALES.
Okay.
And the type of beats that I fall into is definitely Detroit type beats, more trap, more kind of, how do you say, like just the R&B, like more darker. And people say I do sound like a female version of EBKJ female version of Will Tyler, just different people, different audiences say different things, you know?
Okay. Is there anything that you want to talk about, that you want people to know about you? Maybe some misconceptions, things that maybe people feel or have said that are not what they are, or just this kind of your time to just like, hey, this is who I am. If this is what you thought, you want to clear the air or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people do think that me as a person, that I'm very stern, hard, cold person, just by people saying that, oh, she's stuck up, or she don't talk to her because this has happened to her, like you might get shot at too, or just the crowds. Now I'm definitely out of that life, far past that life. I'm more of a girl's girl, actually. I'm really drawn towards women as like being businessy, like I'm a girl boss myself. I want other females to win as well. I don't look forward into drama. I don't really care. Like anything with that, it's just more out of boredom. I don't care. And I definitely say that all I care about now is what I want, as far as my music, my career, and anything you say about me vocalizing, like, how do you say? Anything you say about me with my gangster rap, I'm not gonna change it because that's how you feel. That's
You don't want people to put you in a box, basically, because like we talked about earlier, some people feel like, oh, you should be doing music like this based on the way you look or whatever it may be, whatever they're building in their mind of who you should be. Yeah. And one thing that I had mentioned earlier was the Little Kim reference. And very similar to where it wasn't until she met Biggie, everyone was telling her, you're a little small, pretty girl. Like, you can't be rapping about this. You can't be cussing. You can't be talking about this. But what they didn't realize is that's who she is. She came from the streets. Like, she grew up, she had a harder upbringing. And it wasn't until she met Biggie that he was like, no, you rap exactly like that. And then, so just point to, be who you are. And that's dope that you found that and weren't able, because it happens. I've seen it time and time again where somebody takes something that is gold and tries to mold it into what they think is platinum, and it ends up turning into copper. You know what I mean? So that's dope that you don't let that happen to you.
No, I find a lot of people have opinions on what they feel I should rap about, what they feel I should sound like, what they feel, even if they feel that I should sing. To me, I want to say one that a lot of what I rap about is a lot of what comes in within, is a lot of what I went through, is a lot of pain, hurt, and especially with bitches. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, at first, with my older raps, you might feel that they're very drawn towards wanting to beat up girls. And at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to be a girl's girl because back when I made those songs, all I knew was girls are gonna set you up. They're gonna go do things behind your back. They're gonna talk about it. Like, I was so negative towards them. But
Well, they always say you're a product of your environment. So if your environment was that, it only makes sense that that's how you would feel towards other females, for sure.
and that's how I felt. So it was like, I get it, the profanity, I get it. I'm pretty, and guys may not like what I rap about, but it's not up to you guys to determine that. It's up to me.
So do you have any businesses or anything that you're doing right now? You had mentioned about wanting to be a businesswoman. What do you have going on right now outside of music?
Yeah, I'm actually CEO of Starlight Model Agency. So if any of you women 18 and plus would like to be a video vixen brand content model, you could hit us. We look forward to girl empowerment. Definitely trying to push the business out there as much as we can because we feel that, especially in Denver, Colorado, there's no businesses where artists could go, brands could go to an agency and find women that specifically model in those type of, how do you say?
Demographics.
Yeah.
So to be clear, so it's like music videos, video vixens, and then like modeling shoots and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So what was it again?
And it's Starlight Modeling Agency, and it's women led. It's the only agency that we've ever found that's actually woman led in this type of categories, and it's here in Denver, Colorado, like the first one. And so we hope to push it as much as we can to get up there.
Perfect. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to promote? Any new songs? Any new drops? Anything like that? This is your time to do that.
Actually, I promote everything on my Instagram, selestina.kod. Everything there is kind of my promotion, like new music videos, new drops, new things, like everything. My whole life is on there. For like, if you want to find anything, like what I'm doing a specific day, or what's coming up next, what's gonna happen, it's on my Instagram. So
Okay.
something like that, yeah.
And we didn't talk about this, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you want to maybe give them a little freestyle, or even a song that you already have memorized, just to kick them a little something of like what you bring to the table? Because if they haven't met you and they're hearing this,
Yeah.
they're probably like, gangster rap. Like, I want to hear what this is all
rap
about.
Yeah. So, okay. It's hard acapelling. Like, it's very hard.
Kick a beatbox for it.
Yeah, but like boots and cats. No, okay.
Or even just like a couple bars, a couple lines.
I actually do have this song. It's unreleased, and I'm trying to work on it and trying to get it out.
Oh, you guys are getting unreleased stuff. Here we go.
It goes. If I could get the flow. Where was you when I was going through this pain? Told you what's up, You shrugged, you walked away. Climbing to the top with snakes up on my leg, feeling for the dream, but I'll always be the same. Everybody talk, but they don't even know how much pain in my mind that I don't even show. Saying I'm the one, but he on bitches' nose. I just stay to myself, driving a lonely road, yeah. No matter how fucked up the situation's really gone, I've always been around to pick you up from where you're falling. I see my phone, I see everybody calling, they say I'm money, but there's nothing in the wallet, yeah. And to the drugs, I really thought they helped. Didn't listen to mama, said they ruining my health. But only took to forget the ways I felt, saying I don't need no one, not anybody's help. Where was you when I was going through this pain? Told you what was up, you shrugged, you walked away. Climbing to the top with snakes up on my leg, feeling for the dream, but I'll always be the same. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, bars. I'm telling you guys, she's got bars. Climbing up while snakes on my leg, like that bar right there stood out. Like just the visual of that. So that's what I'm saying is it's not just like skin deep bars. You create a visual, and that is talent. So that's dope that you did that, y'all. Make sure you're. I hope whoever's watching this right now is clapping like, damn. Go check out her Spotify. Go check out her Instagram models. Make sure you tap in with her. I'm a photographer as well, so I'll be working with her. So yeah, everybody, make sure you check her out. This has been my first interview with Conversations with Stilz with Selestina. One more time, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at celestina.qod on Instagram.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.